Hello and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time seeing my videos, welcome. And for those who've been watching and subscribing, welcome back. This is my first video of 2025. So I just wanted to do a quick video and say what's up. I've not been making videos because I'm busy working on a new documentary and doing videos as well as working on documentary editing, It's just too much. It's just too much with the video editing and stuff. So I finally am wrapping it up a bit. Can't wait to share what that is with you in the future. But yeah, I have a lot of content from the past backlogs of the last 6 months of 2025. I don't even remember when the last travel video I did was. So this was just gonna be a quick video of sharing one of my last trips. I'm gonna also share a couple other ones, hopefully in the next weeks. Maybe I'll have time to actually generate more content. So yes, this video is kind of going to talk a little bit about my trip to Rwanda. I was there for 10 days at the end of the year, and I was there for work, and I got to see a lot of great things. And it was kind of if with everything going on politically, a bit of a tense situation. And just the country in itself, it just seems like a lot going on in general. I didn't get too involved in anything politically. I was there for a work trip, as I said. So, I mean, I can't speak too much on that, but I can just speak on my own experience and what I did while I was there. So hopefully this will be helpful for those of you that are looking to go to Rwanda. Hopefully helpful for those of you that are travelers that are interested in outdoor activities, and hopefully interesting for those of you that want to know more about plant-based options when you're traveling as well. So yeah, hopefully this is helpful to someone, and hopefully you can let me know a little bit more about what you think about traveling to Rwanda. If you've been to Rwanda, what your experiences were. If you have questions about anything, let me know and I'll try to answer my best in the comments. And if not, I definitely will recommend some pages I think you should check out when you're in Rwanda, if you make it there. So yeah. So first of all, getting there, leaving there, I went to the Kigali airport. Pretty simple. I mean, with everything going on, there was also it was a lot going on during my trip with the Marburg virus. So before I even left Senegal, I had to fill out a form before I even was allowed on the plane to Kenya to get to Kigali. And then when I arrived in Kigali, I also had to show the form. I had to get my temperature taken and all of this stuff. I mean, it was kind of similar to COVID times, basically, was kind of how it felt. We didn't have to take any tests, but it was basically just signing and saying, that I hadn't had a fever, I hadn't gone anywhere that had contact with Marburg virus, etc., and checking my temperature to see if I'd been sick or something like this, basically things like that. And then, yeah, I basically got a taxi from the airport to the first place I stayed, and that was about 25 euros. And it was I was staying at the top, the highest point of Kigali, so it took me about 30 minutes. But there's definitely easier, faster ways to get into the center of town than where I was staying, which I learned in my trip. I pretty much picked the furthest point out of the city, which was also kind of what I wanted, because I don't normally try to stay in places in the center of cities. If I'm traveling to a city, I try to stay on the outskirts, as close to nature as possible. Also have taxi apps, which I looked into before I left as well. But I pretty much to get to my hotel, I didn't have to worry about it because it was already organized on my way there. So that was pretty simple. And generally just getting around transport-wise is pretty simple because they have these bodas, these motor taxis, which also can be offered as a regular motor taxi or electric scooters that are basically with solar batteries that they charge, and they're just running around everywhere, and they're pretty cheap. There's a standard rate. I feel there were some moments where I was getting overcharged, but then the people that were hosting me in the first couple of days were that's too much, don't do it again. And then eventually I got the hang of it. But a big thing that's really important, if you're taking local taxis, not something from the app, is to just make sure you have the name of the place exactly where you're going, because what's different from a lot of African countries that I realize is most people do speak Kinyarwanda over English or French or something. Of course, some people do speak English and French, but what I found out from trying to get around was it was actually more difficult to try to explain in English and to show them with my Google Maps So basically, if I said a place, like I would pick like a well-known place. Like I would say I'm going to the convention center, and then I just like walk to where I was going near there. I would just pick like a really known spot, and then they'd just drop me somewhere and I'd walk around. Places to stay. So for places to stay, I stayed at a couple places. So the first place I stayed was Eagle View, which was Eagle View Lodge. It's like, that's what I was saying was like the highest point in Kigali, pretty much. It looks out onto the whole city. This is like the best view. They've got a restaurant. They've got this attachment to like a farm that they have. They do like mango farming, and they have a lot of fresh, amazing food in their restaurant. So I highly recommend staying there. A second place I'd recommend also is Nature Kigali, which is something similar, but it's in the center of town. So that's really like, really a place like I found like a lot of people that are working in the city would go to kind of have like a little bit of like a recluse kind of moment, because it is in town, but it's surrounded by nature. It's really like a family-owned business. Shout out to you guys. Christine, you're amazing. So Nature Kigali was really great for good food, a great place to stay in the center of town. Like I said, I stayed in a couple different places and got a lot of different experiences from living outside of town, living inside of town. I can't really recommend anything. It all depends on you as a traveler, what you like. But I would say if you're looking for somewhere outside, definitely check Eagle View. If you're looking for something inside of the center of town, definitely check out Nature. They have amazing food. It's all fresh. It feels like whether you're in town or out of town, everything really felt fresh. Natural, like Nature Kigali and Eagle View both have like farms attached to them, so you really felt like the food you were getting was clean, good food, and also it was a lot of like local dishes too. So I also like that aspect, because sometimes you can go to like, you know, the like clean vegan, vegetarian restaurants, and it's very much like European, or it'll be like Indian food or like some type of Asian cuisine. But this was really nice that they offered African dishes in like a vegan, vegetarian way. So I also really liked that. That was really nice. For things to do, there's a lot of things that can be done in Kigali, but what I really want to focus on is like the nature. For one of the things that I did that was kind of crazy, ended up into this like 40K into the mountains. I thought it was like going to be up and down. It was not up and down. It was up, like the whole bike ride. So this was with Gorilla Bike Tours with Claude. He's amazing. He does walking tours, biking tours, hiking tours. He goes all over Rwanda for doing biking tours, and is like an amazing tour guide. His business is amazing. They really specialize in mountain biking. So the trip that I did was Mount Jali, which was such a challenge. Now, shout out to Claude, because he first asked me, are you used to biking? And I'm like, yes, your favorite Dutch girl, biking every day. The bike is my feet. And then we started, and I was like, oh, like mountain biking and road biking, and like road biking in the Netherlands is not biking in Rwanda. So this was this like reality check on top of just like, as I said, we were just ascending. So I feel like my bike riding improved within the first 5 minutes. I was just like, okay, this is hectic. And then on top of it, 20 minutes in, it started pouring rain. So we basically did 5 hours of biking in the rain, on top of the fact that, as I said, it was going uphill the whole time, pouring rain. I was not expecting this. And then my phone like shut itself down, like it was in my pocket, and it kept like hitting my keypad, so it locked me out of my phone. So at some point it rained so bad that we had to stop, and I couldn't reach anybody. I couldn't call a taxi. I couldn't call anybody. And so we were basically like sitting on the top of this mountain, and then his friend came to pick us up. But before all of that, it was amazing. It was so beautiful. We got to see like the villages, the tea plantations. We got to see different communities. We got to see this amazing view of Kigali, all the different hills, etc. Like it was so natural and so beautiful and so pristine and really calming. And it was just like the landscape was amazing. I think this was one of the most touching moments, especially I think for me, like I always have this like really like deep emotional feeling whenever I'm in nature, so I really like the greenery and everything, because also I'm living in Senegal, Gambia, and it's like dry most of the year and flat. So I really love to be in the hills with the green and the lushness and everything. So I really appreciated Claude being able to take me out. Like he's super professional. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's an amazing biker. Rwanda, if you're getting a mountain bike team, make him the captain. He's insane, and he lives on a mountain. I guess he grew up biking on the mountain. He knows what he's doing. For other things that you can do, definitely there's amazing places to get coffee, like Question Coffee. There's other like really small like sustainable coffee brands, but this was one that was really accessible to me as I was running around doing like a lot of like adventure things. So when it came to the actual touristic stuff, it was kind of just like zip zap. Like I didn't really have time because I was like, oh, I'm gonna go on a walking tour, oh, I'm gonna go biking, oh, I'm gonna go biking. So between that and work stuff, I didn't really have time to do much else. If you're looking as well to get like your fitness fixed and still work out while you're there, I definitely recommend checking out Waka. It's like a gym. They have, I think, like a co-working space. They've got a lot of different things going on, different events as well. So I will also drop the link for that in my caption. For you guys to check out Waka if you're looking for a good gym and a way to be involved in like health and wellness while you are on the go and traveling. There's lots of amazing bars and restaurants. I'm gonna put out a guide to visiting Kigali soon. So if you're interested to know more about the little like places and details, I have my Kigali guide and I also have my Google Maps list. So if you're interested to access that, please feel free to reach out to me and let me know. And if you have any other questions and anything about Kigali, please feel free to let me know. I would love to go back and visit Rwanda again, to go to the north, to go to the mountains, to go to the Virunga mountain chain. Like a perfect world would be me being able to do Rwanda and Uganda and Congo. But I don't think now is the best time to do that, but hopefully I'll be able to do that in the future. And yeah, it was a really beautiful trip. If you haven't seen the photos already, feel free to check out my Instagram. And yeah, I will, as I said, put all of my recommendations in the comments below. So thanks guys, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.